Hi guys. The other day I saw a video on YouTube where this guy, I can't remember the name of the channel, otherwise I would shout it out. Maybe I'll link the video in the description for this video, so you can go check out the original one, because credit where it's due. But basically, this guy was getting his girlfriend to describe Warhammer models to him, and he had to guess what they were based on her description. And I thought that would be a really fun thing for me and Ray to do as well. It'd be quite funny. So we recorded it the other day, and we're going to share it with you guys because we thought it's quite funny. And basically, Rayanne, to give you a bit of background, doesn't know hardly anything about Warhammer, whereas I'm quite a big fan of it. I collect the models and have done for a long time. So it should be quite interesting. For those of you who do know anything about Warhammer, I think you'll find it quite interesting. Her descriptions are pretty good. And for those of you that don't know anything about Warhammer, well, hopefully you'll just enjoy watching it, just to laugh along with us. So yeah, without further ado, here it is. Enjoy. Okay, so go for the first one on the list.
Okay, so I can see a man, and he's got a lot of armour on, particularly kind of around. It looks like he should have like a spaceman helmet on, but he doesn't have the spaceman helmet. Right. He's just got the bit around it.
And he's just a bare head, as in he's not got a helmet on.
He's got some sort of like Peter Check helmet, like really close to his head, but he hasn't got like a helmet. And he's ig big stick in his right hand, I'm guessing. So like he's facing me, so like his right hand's got a big stick in it.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like Thor's hammer, but with a longer stick.
Okay.
At the top, it's got some wings on it.
Okay.
And then on his head, on the top of his head, he's got like one of those fancy stars that's like gold with a skull in the middle.
Okay. What colour's his armour?
So it's grey and red.
Grey and red.
So mostly he's in grey, but then it's got some like red details.
Is it a Grey Knight chapter master?
No.
No. It's Grey Knight though, isn't it?
No.
No. Oh.
So this might help. It looks like he's got like a book maybe hanging from it across, like on a belt, it looks like a book hanging from him. And then so he's got a stick in one hand, and on the other hand he's got like a gun or a crossbow maybe, but it's like pow pow type gun.
Is it like on his wrist? Yeah.
Yeah, like.
No, it's definitely a Grey Knight then.
I can. He's got a chain around his waist, and on the chain there's some screws hanging from it.
I don't know if I'm going to get his exact name. Is he a chaplain? Is there like chaplain in his name?
No.
Okay, you're just going to have to give me this one then.
You sure?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a Grand Master Voldus.
Voldus. So I said Grey Knight Grand Master. He is a Grey Knight Grand Master, but he's Grand Master Voldus. So yeah, I should have got his name. Fair enough. All right. I'm having half a point for that one because I got Grandmaster.
Okay. The next one's Jazzy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next one isn't a human being.
Okay.
They've got a lot of legs and they're kind of crouched down. I think they've got 4 legs, but it's unclear. And one of the legs is up in the sky, and it's got like 3 pincer things on it, and it's got tentacles coming from its mouth.
Okay.
Like an octopus.
Is it a lictor?
No.
No.
This might help. On its back, it's got a spiral. It's purple and blue, the spiral, And it looks a bit like as if like a black hole or something.
Oh, it's a mutilith vortex beast.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
nailed it. It's the little spiral thing on his back that gave it away.
Yeah, I thought that might because of vortex. I tried to explain it not using the word vortex.
Did good.
So you didn't cheat.
Next one.
Okay, so the next one, we're back to a human-like figure. I mean, he looks fairly similar to the earlier one.
Okay.
Only on one hand he's got a pew pew device like that thingy, but in the other hand, he's holding a very big blue sword, what points up to the sky.
Okay. What colour is he wearing? Armour?
Yeah, he's got grey armour on with red details again.
So the same colour armour, yeah?
Yeah, it looks the same, but he's got a shield on his shoulder, and the shield's red and black, and it's got, I'm going to go for a phoenix on it. It might not be a phoenix, but it's some form of bird.
Yeah. Has he got like a flag on his back? Like a big flag coming out of his back?
Not that I can see. I think he's wearing a cape, but not a flag. Just wearing a cape. He doesn't really seem to have all that many.
Is he a Grey Knight Paladin?
No.
Or a Terminator?
No.
No. Is his armour the same as the other guy, like the same colour and everything?
I think it's pretty much exactly the same as the other guy. It's the same colour, and it's even got like schools on, and he's got one of those books as well hiding under his arm that I was on about.
Yeah, so he's another Grey Knight. Is it like a name, or is it, so has he got like a name? So is it like Castellan Crow or Caldor Drago?
He is named, yeah. So he's got a name, but he's also got like a title.
Is he another Grandmaster?
No.
I'm not great at Grey Knights, to be honest.
He looks a bit lower down than the first guy, like as in, doesn't look as important. But he's got a big sword, blue one. The blue sword's got like lightning details on it, as if it's like
not Does he look? Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to give me this one as well.
He looks really angry. His face is like a really angry face.
I'm gonna kick myself.
Sure you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, it's Brother Captain Stern.
Oh, Stern. Yeah. Fair enough. I should have got that. I was along the right lines. Your description was good. He's definitely a Grey Knight. So, but no, unlucky. Right, next one. What are we up to now? Number 4.
Number 4. So this geezer is less human, more robot.
Okay.
He looks a bit like those, at Warhammer World.
Yeah.
The really big ones on the cabinets. He's a bit like, I think he's a bit like one of them, I think.
Is it? Okay. Is it like a knight? Is there knight in his name?
No.
Okay.
He's like a robot. He's gold, and he's got red shoulder pads, and one of his arms is like one of those revolving guns.
Oh yeah, he's a dreadnought.
He is a dreadnought.
Yeah.
Did you need to guess?
Was that his name? Is he Custodes Dreadnought?
No, he's something else Dreadnought.
You said he's gold.
He's gold.
Venerable Dreadnought.
Yeah, Venerable Contemptor Dreadnought.
Contemptor Dreadnought. Cool. I'm having the point for that one. So I'm on 2.5 out of 4, which I'm pretty happy with so far.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, go on, next one, number 5.
Okay, so when we watched Star Wars, and I say, didn't know you were in this film.
Yeah.
When I saw this model, that was the joke I was going to say. So that gives you a hint as to what they might look like. So it's not human.
Okay.
He's big and fat, and he's got antlers like a deer. And he's sliced open on his belly, and all his intestines are spilling out.
Okay. Yeah.
and he's got 2 hands, 2 arms.
Yeah.
And in one arm, he's holding like a bunch of keys, and in the other arm, which is above his head, he's got a big sword, and the sword's got loads of skulls on it.
Yeah, it's bunch of keys. It's like Nurgle something. It's like Noxious Blightbringer or
No, it's not that.
Man, I wish I'd have paid more attention to Matt when he was, because this is the army Matt used to play, I think, and I can never remember what any of the characters are called because they all sound exactly the same.
He's got a big face, like a big smile on his face that looks a bit like the Joker. And he's well ugly.
Yeah. It's Death Guard, but I don't know. I can't name the exact model. Oh, I don't know.
Did you give up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
He is Great and Clean One.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, see, you could have said that he was quite big.
I did say he was big.
As in, like the model's quite big. The Great and Clean one's like this big, whereas all the other ones we've described so far have been like this big.
Well, never mind. In reality, I'm looking at a picture with no scale.
That's fair enough, yeah.
So I've got no idea how big he is.
Yeah, okay. Go on then, next one. Let's keep going.
The next one. Okay, so this is a model that's made up of different elements. So there's like some form of mode of transport that looks a bit like a dead snail, with a cannon on his back. So it's black.
It's a corn skull catapult, skull cannon.
Corn skull
reaper.
Cannon.
Is that what it is?
A cannon. But there's a word at the beginning that I haven't explained that bit yet. So on the back of the corn skull cannon, there are 2 red things.
Blood letters.
No.
Yeah, like demons.
Demons. Yeah.
Oh, so demons of corn.
Yeah. Skull cannon. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Oh, okay. I'm having that one. Okay, keep going. This is good.
Next one. Oh, okay. So this is.
You like this one, do you? Or?
It's harder because it's 3 separate models on 3 separate bases.
Okay.
So they're all 3 are riding on like a wolf or something, or like a I'm pretty sure that's
Space Wolf, Thunder Wolf Cavalry.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
One for Brookie there. that's the army Brookie plays. He likes his Thunder Wolf Cavalry.
Understand why. Okay, next one. Wow. This one's quite hard to see. So the bottom looks like a huge spider, and then on top of the spider there's someone riding it, and I think that person is like a skeleton. And then they've got a red cape on, and they've got a black flag that comes up.
Is it Lord Discordant?
Close.
Vex Machinator something, Lord Discordant.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Vex Machinator, Archlord Discordant.
There we go. I used to play those ones. I had one of those.
Lovely.
Right. So I'm on. What are we on? Number 9.
This is number 9.
And I'm on 5.5, 4.5.
I don't know. I wasn't keeping score.
No, I know I am, but I might have missed one. Well, we'll call it 5.5 out of 9. And we'll go from there. So number 9.
Okay. So this one is almost certainly copied from Doctor Who, and it looks like the Dalek. Exterminate. So imagine that shape of Dalek.
Yeah. I'm trying to picture what in Warhammer 40k looks like a Dalek.
It's more like maybe a pyramid Dalek. And in the top there's a big jewel like an emerald.
Oh, it's a Necron monolith.
Yes, it's a monolith.
A monolith. Dalek looks nothing like a Dalek.
That looks a lot like a Dalek.
Okay, well, picture of Dalek here. Picture of monolith here.
Exactly the same.
We'll let everyone else decide. Okay, go for it. I got that one.
Next one. Oh, okay, I see it now, yeah. Couldn't see where he began. Okay, so he is like some sort of man, like a demon man. He's green and he's got an elephant's trunk and he's got horns like an antelope. And in one hand he's holding a quill with a blue feather, and in the other hand he's got a really, really long piece of parchment scroll. And then coming from his shoulder, there's some weird sort of leech sort of creature with bad teeth. And I think he's just carrying loads of scrolls.
And he said he's got like green armor, like a horrible snotty.
He's not got armor. He's some sort of creature, but he's green, a bit scaly maybe, with like spots on his chest.
Yeah. Is he like what are they called? Like a herald of Nurgle?
No.
Something like that.
Poxbringer?
Like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Is it Pox Walker? Is it?
No.
No,
it's a Pox something or other.
Yeah, I know. I can picture the model, but I can't remember what it was called.
Can I tell you?
It's like a Nurgle Pox something.
No.
Go on.
Spoilpox Scrivener.
Ah, that's it. Spoilpox Scrivener. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Nurgle demon. I just couldn't remember his exact name. Wow, it goes to show how few characters I actually do know the names for. Okay, so next one. How many are we up to now? What number is this?
This is number 11.
11.
I think. Yeah, number 11. So I've seen one of these before, and I've seen it in the Warhammer place because it's one of the ones that you have to look out for in the big room. You with me?
Yeah.
It's a woman. She's got boobies. And she's got a big long plait on her head.
Yeah.
A red plait. And in one hand she's got a gun, and on the other hand she's got like a Wolverine knife coming out the top of the wrist.
Yeah.
And she's doing some sort.
Is she on a rock like this?
Yeah, she's stood on a rock.
Is it?
And she's got a leg up.
Lilith Hesperax or something like that.
No, it's more of a generic name than that.
Ah.
I've heard you use this word before when we were in the Warhammer place, and you told me to look out for one of these.
Did I?
Or maybe I could have won one of these if I'd have looked out for that thing.
Oh, right. It's an assassin.
Yeah.
And I know the one you mean now. Yeah, with the like single plaque coming out the head. Yeah.
Got a big plaque, yeah.
It's like a death cult assassin or something like that.
No, it's an assassin.
Yeah.
But it's a Calidus assassin.
Calidus assassin, yeah. I'm going to give myself the point for that one. And I understand now what you mean about looking out for them as well. Okay.
In the big room with the big things.
In the big room, yeah.
Right. On to the next one.
Yeah.
He looks a bit more old-fashioned. He's a human being, and he looks a bit more old-fashioned. Okay. He looks like he's staying on guard with, like, is that a sword or a revolver? It's some sort of gun or sword that he's pointing out.
Okay.
And then in his other hand, he's got a torch, I want to say. Like a torch that looks a bit like a gun. It looks like a gun with a torch coming out the end.
What does he look like?
He is. Oh, I think he's got a monocle or a glass eye. He's got a big black hat on his head, like an old-fashioned, like wide-brimmed hat with like a point, and there's a symbol on his hat. And he's wearing a black kind of mat towel coat, like a leather floor-length coat.
Is it Inquisitor? I can't remember his name. Greyfax, is it?
No, it's just Inquisitor. And then it talks about what he's got as opposed to his actual name.
Oh, right, okay. But it's just an Inquisitor with something, essentially. Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm having that one. Inquisitor. Yeah.
With Inferno pistol and power sword.
I mean, that literally tells you what's in his hands.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not quite sure which one's which.
The Inferno pistol's the thing in his hand that looks like it's on fire that you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Right. Good. This one is a transport. It's a blue transport. It looks like a spaceship. The man at the front's got a big gun. There's a few men on it. I'm going to guess it's fairly big, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm going to scale. It's got that symbol that I've seen you do before when you stuck stickers onto something that had this symbol with like is it like an eagle or a phoenix or
an eagle,
like a bird with big wings.
Yeah.
It's got one of them on the front of the.
Is it quite angular or is it like smooth and flowing?
No, it's angular.
Okay. Is it it's blue, you say? Is it a Taurox Prime?
No. It's got wings.
Oh, it's got wings. Oh.
Yeah. As I said, it's a bit like a spaceship. It's got wings. It's got like a bit that comes off the side because one guy sat with his feet out of it. It's got some form of like aerial on the back. Like
are they human-looking people that are in it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're Marines. Might be wrong, but they're human peoples with big guns. They've got blue shoulder pads. They've got that same another symbol on the. Is it the? No, there's
gold.
There's the gold bird, and then underneath that, there's one of those like Greek letters.
A U, like a U with bits coming off the side. Okay, yeah. So it's all Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Flying. With people. With someone hanging his feet off the side.
So there's one guy kind of sat with his feet out. There's one guy driving it just in front of him. There's a guy next to that guy with a huge gun, like pointing his gun.
It's a land speeder. Is it a land speeder scout?
Similar to that.
Just a
land speeder something.
Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the scout land speeder. Boom.
10 points.
Oh man, that took a while to get to that one. When I was thinking like flying, I was thinking like, is it like a storm raven or something? But then
it looks more like it flies, but it's called a land speeder.
It does fly, but it kind of hovers along the ground. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good job there. We got there. How many have we got left? We've got a couple left, haven't we?
This is 14, and we've got 20.
Okay, keep going then.
Right, so this next one is a big guy. I'm going to say he's big. He might not be, but he looks like he'd be big.
Okay.
He looks like not human, but he's still got 2 legs and 2 arms. He looks a bit like a frog. He's a bit green.
Oh,
and he's
green.
He's green, and he's got a cape on, and the bottom of his cape is like on fire. Like in the old days where kids at the school disco used to wear those shirts that had flames on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's got on. And then he's got like a fire thing coming from his head, like on the back of his armor. It's like a circle with like flames coming off it. And he's got a wolf, if that helps, on his belt. He's got a wolf, like in Game of Thrones. And he's got one of those wolves
is it
on
Vulcan Hestan?
Yeah.
Vulcan Hestan. It's a salamander as opposed to a wolf, but yeah. Good job. When you said he was green, I was picturing like someone with green skin. But it's not, it's just like his armour, isn't it? That's all green.
Oh, I don't know. It looks like his little funny face. Oh, okay, I can see his face now.
Yeah.
See, when you can see the image, I thought that the skull in the middle of his helmet, thought that was actually his nose. And then the two bits next to that, I thought they were his eyes. I've just figured it out now.
Good effort.
It's okay. Next one. Oh, this one's easy. This one looks like a monkey. Oh, he is a monkey.
Is it orange?
He's got orange fur.
It's a Jacaro weaponsmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like pointing his little finger. Boom. Famous model, that one.
There he is.
Yeah.
The next one. Oh, okay. So do you remember that? You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm thinking. I'm trying to fix my pen.
Do you remember that slimy dude from earlier that we were on about? That I said you'd look like in Star Wars? Like, this guy's slimy.
Okay. My bad. Carry on.
It looks... Okay, so this guy, he looks a bit like a snail. I'm guessing this is a big model. He looks like a snail. And the bottom of him is like a big, slimy, like green snail like bit with teeth. And then he's got a blue shell on top of his back. And then on top of his shell, there's a tree. And then sitting on the shell, there's another slimy dude.
Is it horticulous slime mux or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Ryan's a fan of the Nurgle models, I see. Yeah, okay, good. Next one.
Okay, so this one's blue. He is blue. He's like a robot. He looks like a robot, not a human. He looks like he hasn't got a head. Like where the head would be, there's like one of those. Would it be like a wolf again? But it's got like two gun things coming out of it. And his arms, one of his arms is one of those revolving guns again, and the other one's like got pincers.
Is it another dreadnought? Sounds like you're describing another dreadnought or a Terminator of some kind.
No.
An assault Terminator.
He's just got a name. So he might be one of those things, but not according to my little.
What kind of blue is he? Like dark blue?
He's like a quite a light blue, a bit like a pastel-y sky blue.
Okay.
Like a periwinkle.
Yeah.
And he's standing on snow.
Yeah, okay.
And he's got two legs, and then he's got two guns, or like a gun and a twister on his arm.
Is it Bjorn the Fell-Handed?
That's him. That's the man.
Yeah, Space Wolf Dreadnought.
There we are.
Nice. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
We're getting there. I'm doing well.
Next guy is... Okay, so this guy looks a lot like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings, in that he's a guy. He looks quite small, and he's stood with his arms out and his legs out, but his beard is in two little bunches, which is next year's fashion. He's got a wolf on his head. Yeah. It's got like his mouth open, and on one hand he's got an eagle that's just like rah, and then in the other hand he's got a stick with like some sort of gazelle skull on it. Some sort of skull from an antelope, maybe. And that's it, really.
Is he human? Is he?
Yeah, I said he looks like a dwarf. He's like a human. And he's a bit blue. I want to say his armour is blue, but he's human coloured on his face. He's got boots on.
He's got like an eagle.
He's got an eagle on one hand, completely just like sitting there, like with his wings out, and then in his other hand he's got a stick.
Oh, it's another space wolf. It's Aryak Rockfist.
No, that's not him.
Oh, what's his name?
I think the key bit to him is his wolf. He's got like a wolf skin or something, like wearing it as a cape.
It's a space wolf guy. I can't remember his name though. He's like a storm caller or something.
He is a storm caller, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a first name too.
Yeah. Is it not Aryak? No.
That's not how I'd say that.
Okay.
I think it's meant to be said Niall, but it's spelled Njal. N-J-A-L.
Oh, Najal, Stormcaller. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Do I get that point?
Yeah, I think you got Stormcaller, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm racking my brains for some of these now.
Okay, next one. Penultimate one.
Okay.
There are two of them on two different bases.
Cool.
They are kind of white. The one at the front, where his genitals would be, it looks like he's got like teeth or, I don't know, fingers or something.
See someone about that.
Coming out. I mean, I wouldn't really want to go there.
What are they? People? Are they aliens?
No, they're not. They're not robots. They're not people. Probably aliens.
Okay.
The one at the back's got horns.
Okay.
Like those cows in Scotland, the big droopy horns.
Yeah.
They've got like, they're both quite different to each other. So they've got two legs each.
Yeah.
They're kind of white, and the one at the back, it looks like you can see his muscles and his tendons.
Are they Chaos Spawn?
Yes, that's what they are.
Boom. Right, yeah, they're hard to describe there, to be fair, because they're a bit kind of mental, aren't they?
Yeah, there's like nothing to really pinpoint there about these. And finally, okay, I think we have something similar to this, because you know how you've got some of your like spaceshipy ones that stand off the base on like a little plastic thing?
Yeah.
Like a clear plastic.
A flying stand, yeah.
That's what one of these is.
Okay.
So it looks a bit like a pirate ship that's like obviously a bit broken. So it's a bit like a pirate ship. It's blue. Bluey purpley, I think, and then it's got like red kind of dragon fins on the top and a red flag, and the symbol on the flag, it's like a blue circle with like a trumpet through it, something like that anyway. And it's got, this dude's like flying it, and the dude is an alien of some sort. He's wearing the same sort of like greeny blue armor, and his head is like white, like like an alien with like slinty reddy eyes.
It's Dark Eldar, Raider, Ravager.
Ravager. That's it. It's a Ravager.
Dark Eldar, Ravager. So that's it.
And that's it. That's all of them.
I was going to say we haven't had any Eldar or Dark Eldar. Okay, so I think I scored 15.5 out of 20.
How do I score? Because I feel like I did the hard work there.
Okay, I feel like we scored 15.5 out of 20, and the agreement was that if we got 15, then I'm allowed to buy something that's on that list. So
I don't remember that agreement.
All right. Well, thanks very much for anyone who is watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know if you want us to do something like this again. I think it was pretty fun. Thanks to Ryan for making it as well. Good job. And thanks to Ray for agreeing to do it. I hope you had fun.
Anytime.
Anytime. Right. See you in a bit.
Bye.